Hi, it's me again, Rose Mula. This time I want to read to you from my Diary of a Would-Be Athlete. Last summer I went to the Olympics, not as a participant, but as a spectator. And no, not the Olympics, but an Olympic event sponsored by a sports training and conditioning camp for kids in Vermont. But even if it had been the real thing, I couldn't have been more impressed by the courage and prowess of the young athletes. They scampered up rope ladders whose heights rivaled the nearby mountains. They climbed indoor rock walls with tiny pebble-sized hand and toe holds. They raced, skidded, slipped, and slid around slalom poles on the steep sides of a deep sand pit. They maneuvered skillfully over, under, and around obstacles and at dizzying speed. It all brought back memories of my own childhood, when I performed equally fearless feats. One of the sports in which I excelled was radical ring around the rosy. This version was far different from the standard ring around the rosy, in that at the phrase "we all fall down," we really did fall down, hard. None of the sissy stuff like just sitting on the floor. And we did it without body padding and helmets. We also played intense hide and seek. The person who was it didn't count to 100, but only to 50, and that gave us very little time to find a good hiding place. Talk about tension and pressure. Not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. Another challenging competition was budget Barbies, where the rules prohibited us from spending more than 10% of our weekly 50-cent allowances on supplementing Barbie's wardrobes. And Ken was not allowed to give her any gifts. This game, it really strained our creativity. I won one bout by pilfering an apron from my mom's kitchen and using it to snip and stitch a magnificent ball gown for my Barbie. The carving knife motif of the fabric lent a certain edginess to the design, and the excruciating suspense of waiting for the moment that Mom would realize an apron was missing added an exciting element of danger to the game. Furthermore, we celebrated our Barbie shows with a tea party, but not just a sissy tea party. We never washed the cups. We also played intense tiddlywinks, show no mercy, Simon says, extreme Mother May I, and radical musical chairs. It was really death-defying because we removed not just one chair, but two. And all this among other daring competitions. It's amazing that so many of us survived to senior citizenhood. Many of my contemporaries are still rocking, but sadly now in chairs in their parlors and porches. I, however, have refused to give up the active, challenging lifestyle of my youth. I just joined a spinning class for seniors. Okay, spinning wool. I've become a surfing enthusiast. TV channels and the internet. I cycle every day. Actually, recycle. And last week, during a trip to Vermont, I participated in chairlifting. No, not lifting chairs, but riding one up a mountainside. I also rode it back down after reluctantly declining the dirt bike option they offered me. I'm sure they would have insisted that I wear a helmet, and I couldn't do that. Helmets give me hat hair. Also, I have to be realistic. Biking down that rocky trail would probably have been a tad too risky without some prior training, even for someone with my impressive athletic background. But you should have seen how agilely I got off that chairlift. I needed only 2 people to help me. Just goes to prove, once an athlete, always an athlete. Oh, before I go, of course, I'm going to remind you about my books. If these are laugh lines, I'm having way too much fun. And the beautiful people and other aggravations. Some of you haven't bought them yet. You know who you are. Bye-bye. See you next time.